So have you ever actually thought about what would happen if you could plug a really powerful AI, something like Claude, directly into the stock market? Well, it's not some sci-fi movie plot anymore. It's happening. Today, we're going to break down exactly how this connection is being made and what it could mean for, well, all of us. Let's start with the biggest question of all.
I mean, this is the real question, right? We're not just talking about the AI giving you some stock tips or doing a little analysis. We're asking, can you literally give an AI access to your brokerage account and have it actually buy and sell for you?
Well, it turns out the answer, according to a brand new tutorial that's been making the rounds, is a huge yes. So what we're going to do is boil that whole thing down into the key ideas you need to know. We'll break it down into 3 different levels of power.
Okay, first up, level 1. Before an AI can do any of the crazy stuff, it has to, get its foot in the door. This is the absolute foundation, making that first connection between the AI's brain and the actual stock market.
So how does this even work? It's not magic. It's just a few pieces of tech working together. You really only need 3 things. First, you need the brain. In this case, we're talking about Claude AI. Second, you need the broker, a platform that can actually make the trades, like Alpaca. And third, you need the bridge that connects the two. And that's something called an API.
So what is this API bridge thing? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a super specific, super secure password. It doesn't give the AI the keys to your entire financial kingdom. No way. It just gives it a unique key to do very specific things you've already approved, like buy this stock or sell that stock. It's basically the secure digital handshake between the brain and the broker.
And just like that, once that bridge is built, the power of this thing becomes obvious. You can literally just type in plain English, "Hey Claude, buy 1 share of Apple," and it can go and do it. This is like the hello world moment for AI and personal trading. It's the beginning of everything else.
Okay, so making one-off trades is cool, but that's just scratching the surface. Let's move to level 2, because this is where the real power starts to show up. Automation. This is where we stop telling the AI what to do manually and start building a simple bot to do the work for us.
And this solves one of the biggest problems for pretty much every human trader out there: emotion. I mean, instead of trading based on a gut feeling or panic selling when the market dips, you program the AI to follow one simple logical rule. No fear, no greed, just pure execution.
A perfect example of a logical rule like this is the trailing stop. It's a beautiful idea, really. If a stock you own is going up, awesome, just let it ride. But if it hits a peak and then starts to fall, the AI will automatically sell it once it drops by a specific amount you already chose. It locks in your profits.
And this is where an AI just shines. You can tell your bot to apply that trailing stop strategy to a super volatile stock, say like Tesla, and the bot will never get tired. It won't get distracted watching TV. It will never, ever second-guess the plan. It just sits there and follows your rules, 24/7.
Okay, this brings us to level 3, and this is where things get really, really interesting. This is where the AI graduates from being just a simple rule follower to becoming like an intelligent research assistant, a strategic partner.
I mean, just pause and think about that question for a second. For years and years, regular investors have tried to figure out what the smart money is doing. What if your AI could not only figure it out for you, but then act on it instantly?
The tutorial we're breaking down highlights this pretty wild example. They tracked the publicly available trades of US politicians, and what they found was kind of staggering. The portfolio of one representative, Michael McCall, supposedly outperformed the entire S&P 500 by a massive margin. Now that is the kind of data an AI can sink its teeth into.
So the strategy is actually pretty simple. You just tell the AI to watch the public databases where these trades get filed. The second a new trade pops up from an investor you're following, boom, the AI can automatically place that same exact trade in your own account. It's basically putting an expert strategy on autopilot.
But it can get even more sophisticated. Let's talk about something that usually makes people's heads spin: options trading. The source material explains this with a fantastic analogy. When you sell options, you're not just gambling on a stock. You're acting more like an insurance company. You collect a fee, that's called a premium, and in exchange, you agree to take on a very specific, calculated risk.
And this idea leads to really advanced strategies, like something called the wheel. It's basically a cycle. First, you get paid a premium just to agree to buy a stock you already like, but only if its price drops. If it does drop, great, you now own a stock you wanted anyway, but you got it on sale. Then you turn around and get paid another premium to agree to sell that same stock if the price goes back up, and AI can automate that entire income-generating loop. So after going through these 3 levels, let's just zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. What does all of this actually mean? What happens now that AI copilots are entering the world of finance? Let's just recap the journey we took here. We started with the AI just being your hands, executing basic commands. Then it became this disciplined soldier, flawlessly following your rules. And finally, it evolved into an expert copilot, something that can analyze complex data and run incredibly sophisticated strategies for you.
And that, right there, is the biggest takeaway. The ability to do this kind of high-frequency monitoring, to copy trade experts, to run complex option strategies. That stuff used to be only for massive hedge funds with teams of PhDs. And now, these tools are starting to put that same power into the hands of pretty much anyone. It could be a massive leveling of the playing field.
Which, leaves us with one last giant question to think about. When every single trader in the market has an intelligent, automated, and totally emotionless copilot working for them, what happens to the market itself? That's a future we're all about to find out together.